up everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley Dion and I am a makeup artist and makeup influencer, and today I came to give you guys a drugstore makeup tutorial. I don't normally use drugstore products, so I was super excited when I got requested to do this video because it really gave me a challenge. Like, I literally went out and bought a lot of the things that I'm using in this video, and honestly y'all, I'm feeling it. So if you guys want to see how to get a luxury soft glam look using all drugstore products, then go ahead and keep watching. But before you keep watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that you can be a part of the family and we can make this family bigger. And I thank you so much for tuning in. Everybody who is already subscribed, thank you for supporting me and continuing to request these videos, and yeah, help me get this content out because I don't get the content out if y'all don't ask for it. So yeah, thank you. First things first, you want to start off with your brows. Now, you don't have to start off with your brows first, but this is just what I like to do personally. I'm going in with my CoverGirl Clean Fresh Hydrating Concealer. This has become my favorite concealer. It doesn't have much coverage, but like I said, it doesn't have much coverage, but it has enough. And this is like the perfect color for me personally, so that's another reason why I like to use it. But to get a little more coverage, because I did not wax my brows, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Fawn Concealer by LA Girl. I'm just going to mix that in. Now, everything I'm using in this video is very affordable. Don't have to pay an arm and a leg to get it. And for this look, I'm going to do a nice soft glam, so I'm not going to go in too heavy with my brows, and I'm going to give myself a nice arch because I don't normally do an arch, and I noticed that when I do that, my makeup still looks good, but it doesn't look as natural as it can look. And I'm just taking a beauty blender and blending out that concealer. So yeah, this isn't a drugstore product, but a good alternative would be the Real Technique sponge that comes in the drugstore, and this also is not a drugstore product, so something that I could recommend is maybe e.l.f. So now that I have the brows done, I'm going to use my Great Lash Clear Mascara to kind of set them. And what this does is it just makes sure that all of your hairs are combed in place, and it gives the brows a more groomed effect. Now, I have been using this for years, you guys. Like, this has been a staple of mine and I still use it. Now we're going to move on to the eyeshadow, and the eyeshadow palette I'm going to use today is this NYX palette called Swear By It. And this isn't exactly drugstore, like you can't find this in a CVS or anything, but it is perfect for this video because it's very affordable. This palette was maybe about $12, and honestly you guys, with the palettes I normally use, they're like $40, so this is very good. Okay, honey. So we're gonna do a soft glam today, a soft glam cut crease. So I'm just gonna use a variation of browns, neutrals, and mattes. Now, to prime my eyelids, I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm just gonna put that all over the eyelid. I'm gonna make sure I cover up any imperfections or any hyperpigmentation that my eyelids may have. That way each shadow can have a consistent blend across the board. And then I'm going to take my beauty blender and then just blend it right out, or blend it right in to my eyelid, making sure that everything is covered. So now we have that blended out, I'm going to go ahead and take this color right here in this palette, and this is just a nice warm brown tone, and I'm going to use this one shade first as my transition color to my crease, and then we're going to blend it upward, and we're going to blend it in a way that's going to make it look like I have multiple colors on my eyelid, but I really don't. It's really just one color. And I honestly forgot how good the LA Girl Pro Concealer works for eyeshadow. Like, it's so smooth, and when you use a good amount of it, it really gets the shadows nice and opaque. Doing everyday drugstore makeup is not the norm as you would do YouTube makeup. It is more soft, it is more wearable for every day. So I'm not going to take the shade all the way up to my brow bone like I normally do. It'll give the effect of a very contoured eye without having it all the way up to the brow. And put that right here, and you're going to use a little bit at a time to make sure that you're able to work everything up and build everything up. The key to a nice soft glam is to have layers and make sure each and every part of the layer that you're using is soft, because if it's very harsh, then it doesn't give you the soft look that you're going for. So you also don't need a lot, since this is everyday glam. So you see how you can see the transition from that first shade to the darker shade? We're going to keep it like that, and then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye. And one thing I forgot to mention is that when you're doing this, you want to make sure you have a slanted motion if you don't already have almond shaped eyes, because if you notice, a lot of people when they do their makeup and they do the cut crease, especially me, basically what you're trying to create is an almond shaped eye, so that eyelid like how Jackie Aina has. So if you're someone like me and you want to create that illusion, you want to make sure you're going slanted down. That way when you do cut your crease, you have an almond kind of eye shape. Okay, so you still with me? Hope so. So now we're going to go ahead and cut the crease. And for cutting the crease, we're going to use that same concealer, the LA Girl Pro Concealer, which is so crazy because I have not used this concealer to cut my crease in a long time. Instead of using the color Fawn, I'm going to use the medium beige because it has that kind of beige tone that we want for our soft glam. So you want the base to be similar to the color you're going to use. You want to make sure that you kind of let your concealer just sit on your eyelid for a while so it can dry down a bit, and you won't get any like movement from the eyeshadow that you do put on your eyelid. And you want to be pretty careful because it's so runny, it is very easy to move and make a mistake. So after letting that concealer set for a while, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a color that is close to our skin tone, and I'm going to use this shade here. The shades don't have a name for me to give to you, but I'm going to use that shade, and I'm just going to set the concealer with it. So I'm going to use these beauty supply store lashes, and these lashes were about $3. They don't really have a brand, they kind of just came in a little box like this. So that's the same thing for you guys. You guys could just use like a drugstore brand like Ardell or Kiss, or beauty store brands like Broadway. So yeah, I'm going to use my duo glue to just apply the lashes. Okay, you guys, so now that we have the eyes completely finished, I'm going to move on to the face. And for my face today, I'm going to prime my face using my Milani Prime Light Primer. And I've been using it for a really long time, and my skin loves it. Every time I do my makeup, my application is just so smooth. I feel like this runs about $10. Honestly, I don't remember the exact price, but it's no more than $12. My Mario Badescu Rose Water. Today I'm going to use my Maybelline Super Stay Foundation, and this foundation is really perfect, especially for this time, because it has a demi matte finish, so it's going to like dry down right onto the skin. So you actually might be able to wear this under your mask and it'll stay on all day. And the shade I'm using is 355 Coconut. When I tell you guys, I literally just bought this foundation but I believe I tried this foundation a long time ago, and I didn't really like how it came out because it was too dark for me. But I think I'm gonna give it another try just for you guys. And the coverage is pretty full, and you don't need a lot. So this is one side without foundation and then the side with foundation. So it's pretty good, you guys. Like, it's very breathable also is what I'm noticing. Normally I use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the color 355 or 420, but this one is like super duper dark, and it's also kind of orange, but the finish is super pretty, you guys. You see it's kind of dark compared to my neck, so we're just gonna have to really work in with some concealer. So first I'm gonna take my concealer by CoverGirl, and this is in the shade 420. I'm just gonna put that right under my eyes, my cupid's bow, and my chin. Now, this concealer is not full coverage and it is very lightweight, and I'm curious to see how it's actually going to do on top of this matte foundation. I honestly didn't even think about that, but it's too late now. So, oh well. So now I'm going to take a brighter color, and this is in the color 360. I'm going to use that tone to highlight and kind of brighten this up a bit. Because this concealer isn't full coverage, I'm going to use a little trick, and I'm going to let it sit on my face for about maybe like 20 seconds just to dry down a little bit, and then that will help the coverage get a little more. That way I don't have to use tons of product. Now, one thing I will say about this concealer is it is really radiant and really like skin-like. I'm going to take some Airspun powder, and this powder is about $5 to $10 depending on where you get it from. I know Walmart usually carries it for about $6, but I'm just going to use that to set under my eyelids. Guys, this Airspun powder smells so good. I haven't used it in ages, and I honestly forgot how good it smells. I'm gonna take this Makeup Revolution bronzer, and this is in the color medium, and it's a really red kind of tone. I'm just gonna use that to deepen up that contour. I kind of already have a natural contour just because the foundation was already too dark for my skin, so I'm not going to go in too heavy with this. This Glam to be soft, so we don't want it to be too harsh, so we're just going to use light feathering motions, because I want to show you guys that you can definitely achieve a high-end luxury soft glam look with drugstore products. It's all in how you apply them and what you do to prep the skin. So if you follow my steps the way you've been watching the video so far, then you have nothing to worry about. Just to warm up my nose, I'm not gonna really contour my nose because I just haven't really cared too much to contour the nose. Defining the nose, yes, but contour, no. So somebody brought up a good point and said that contouring your nose is just like trying to get European features, and I thought about it and I was like, damn, that is so true, because you contour your nose to make it more slim, and we're gonna love our black nose and we're not gonna contour it, period. So now I'm gonna take that same brush and I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild bronzer, and this is in the color Beach Please. And this bronzer is pretty close to my skin tone, and that is what you want to use because you've already contoured, we've already used a foundation that is a little too dark for our face already. So you want to use something that's close to your skin tone, that way it can blend easy and you can pack it on as much as you want. And I'm just gonna put it all over and include my chin, just like that. So you see how soft it is? Period. Now for a highlighter, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild highlighter in the color, I think it's Mega Glow. So it's just a nice gold highlighter. It's really pretty though. Like, for this to be a drugstore highlighter, you guys, this joint is nice and bright and shiny. Put that on the apples of my cheeks because this is where my cheeks show out the most. I'm not going to drag it back because whenever I drag that highlighter back, it just doesn't flatter me. So we're going to focus the highlighter right here in the center. And we're also going to do the nose, of course, Cupid's bow, and the forehead. Like, do you see this, you guys? This is with a drugstore freaking highlighter. I was about to say something else, but I caught myself. So I don't want to, be all vulgar on my channel, but this is with a drugstore highlighter. It's perfect. Like, do you see the glow? Period. Oh my god, I crack myself up sometimes. You don't want to hide the big forehead. You want to embrace it because it is your best feature. If you have a big forehead, girl, only pretty girls have big foreheads. Put that crease color right on my lash line. So then I'm going back in with that highlighter and I'm going to put that highlighter right in my, it's not the Cupid's bow, in my tear duct area, right in the inner tear duct. Just really opens up the eye and gives it a nice pop. Alright, so I hope you guys are still with me. I hope you're also still enjoying this tutorial, and I hope you're learning some tips. So now we're going to move on to the lips, and I'm going to use a very generic brand, and this is by Nika K. It's a beauty supply store brand, and it's just a nice brown tone, this shade right here. So we're going to use that to line the lips. And I already use it to line my eyes. Don't tell nobody. I do that sometimes. Leave me alone. And this liner will cost you $2. So then I'm going to use the NYX Soft Matte lip color in the color London. This is a personal favorite, you guys. Oh! It literally makes your lips look like butter. It looks like a cookie. My face just looks like a nice bronze cookie. I love it. Now I'm going to add just a little brush and now I'm going to add a little blush, and this is the Wet n Wild blush in the color Berry Shimmer. It's a nice like peachy kind of tone. This is the type of blush you want to use when you're doing soft glam because it isn't too pink, but it isn't, you know, too peach. So you just want to just dap like that. Okay, and that is the look. So now what we're going to do is take that Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray again, and we're just going to set the face. And I also like to use the NYX Dewy setting spray. I'm not going to show you guys the front because it has a little sensor on it, and honestly the sensor just looks so tacky, and but I got this from a beauty supply store, which is why it has a sensor on it. And usually when you're in the hood, they put sensors on all the products. So shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. This is the final look. I hope you like this video because I wanted to give you guys something that you requested from me personally. So yeah, this is the final look. I really love it, and this Maybelline Superstay foundation is the truth. Let me tell you, my skin is looking the most skin-like and flawless that it has looked in a long time, and I use foundations from Lancome, Too Faced, and the whole nine. So it's like, it's so crazy how something that's cheaper than the norm looks better than what I normally use. So I'm really feeling it, you guys. Color was darker than my neck and chest. I still was able to make it work by highlighting and everything. The concealer was super great, and it feels like I have nothing on my skin. So if you want to invest in these products that I used in this video, I strongly recommend it, because this stuff here, you guys, is top tier. Even though it was a drugstore, if you prep it the right way, bomb. Ooh, look at that glow. But yeah, you have reached the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't by now. What you doing, girl? Why you ain't do it yet? You know you want to subscribe and tune into my videos. And if you can, go ahead and hit that notification button, that notification bell, so that you can be notified when I post a video, because 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna give you the real tea on anything you ask for, honey. So go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notifications or whatever. And also, I do interact with a lot of people, a lot of my subscribers on my Instagram. So if you actually want to interact with me personally, go ahead and follow my Instagram. I'll put it down below, and I might even put it in the video. But yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you learn some things, and yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.